you have unlimited disinterest in this old world, will you be able to return home with the Father? So it's just about power and concentration of the mind when it's time to go home. That's why you got to deal with all your attachments well beforehand. Anybody, everyone who can pull your mind. This is what that uh, group meeting was that I was today. He was talking about whatever pulls your mind, that's attachment. Whoever can pull your mind, that's attachment. If things pull your mind, he said, this is attachment. Right? Question, although God is the Almighty, why are there obstacles in this sacrificial fire of knowledge that he created? Yeah, there are obstacles. How could there not be obstacles when the ones doing the service have karmas that have to get worked out? Right? The whole purpose, I said, for you to understand about why you must do service is it gives you the opportunities and situations for you to resolve your karmas and transform your sanskars. That is the purpose of service. And then, of course, the side benefit is you earn fortune, kingdom, status. Right? Question. Although God is the Almighty, why are, answer. Because Ravan is even stronger than God. Oh my gosh. Because therefore, when this kingdom is being snatched away from Ravan, he would definitely create obstacles to prevent that from happening, right? According to the drama, there have been obstacles in this yagya from the very beginning, and they will definitely continue. This great task, this sacrificial fire to sacrifice the whole impure world into this fire of yoga, there has to be obstacles in that. And it's remembered in the scriptures that devils created obstacles in the yagya of the deities. We are being transferred from this impure world. Oh, sorry. According to the drama, there have been obstacles in the yagya from the very beginning, and they will definitely continue. We are being transferred from this impure world to that pure world. Therefore, impure people will definitely create obstacles. And of course, it's obviously a test of faith for anyone who hasn't passed through tons of obstacles. Once you pass through them all, you don't even notice them. Why? Because you don't create waste thoughts in your mind that will connect you to those obstacles. Song, O traveler from the faraway land, Om Shanti. You sweetest spiritual children heard a line of the song. Just as the Vedas and scriptures show the path of bhakti, devotion, so this song too shows a little of the path. They don't understand anything. To listen to stories from the scriptures is just sweetness for your ears. Just makes you temporarily happy. Oh, that's so nice. What a nice story. You children now know who is called the traveler from the faraway land. You souls know that you too are travelers from far away and that your home is the land of peace. Because human beings don't understand these things, it means they don't understand anything. Because of not knowing the Father, no one knows the world cycle. The soul understands when Shiv Baba says, I become a living embodied soul for a temporary period. You become embodied souls all the time. I only become an embodied soul for a temporary period at the confluence age. Even then, in that too, not in the same way that you do, I enter this being in order to give my own introduction to you children. How else would you receive the introduction? The fathers explained, there is only one spiritual father who is called Shiv Baba. God. No one else knows him. There's also the bond of purity here. The greatest bond of all is to consider yourself to be a soul. The spiritual father, who is the traveler from the faraway land, the purifier, whom you remember on the path of devotion, explains, I will take you all back home. Guaranteed. So get with the program, because if you're not with the program, going home is going to be really difficult and painful. I will not leave anyone behind. Everyone has to return home. There will not be annihilation. The land of Bharat is always here. The land of Bharat is never destroyed. Other lands will get destroyed, but not the land of Bharat. At the beginning of the Golden Age, there's just the land of Bharat. So I always believed and knew that destruction was coming. the great news was when I heard that India was going to survive, everything would be smaller. Water would wash away all the impurity of the destruction, and a bunch of people would remain that would be the seed of the new world. That all just made so much sense. At the beginning of the Golden Age, there is just the land of Bharat. When the Father comes at the confluence age of the cycle, he has to establish the original eternal deity, Dharma, deity religion. Dharma is religion. All the rest of the religions are to be destroyed. You are also helping to establish the original eternal deity, Dharma. You heard where it says in the song, Baba, take us back home with you. The Father says, but no one can go back with me just like that unless there is disinterest in this old world. So first you got to get very disinterested, detached from this old world. When a new home is being built, the heart is removed from the old one. You also know that this old world is to be destroyed. You now have to return to the new world. Unless you become Sato Pradhan, you cannot become Sato Pradhan deities. This is why Baba repeatedly says, consider yourselves to be souls and continue to remember the Father. The one traveler from the faraway land who grants salvation to everyone has now come. The world does not know him. They say that he is omnipresent. You children now know, number-wise, according to your efforts, that you are the children of Shiv Baba. When you come here to Madhaban, you understand that you are going to Bap Dada. Therefore, this is a family. This is God's family. When someone has a large family, it then becomes like a big group or gathering, I guess. Shiv Baba's children, who are Brahma Kumars and Kumaris, are also a big group. You Brahma Kumars and Kumaris know that you are claiming your inheritance from the unlimited Father. It is shown in the scriptures that the Pandavas gambled with the Kauravas and they staked their kingdom. However, neither the Pandavas nor the Kauravas had a kingdom that they could stake. There were no crowns, etc. It is written that they were made to leave the city in exile and that they went and hid their weapons. All of those are tall stories and they made them up. There was neither a Pandav kingdom nor a Kaurav kingdom, as explained in the Mahabharata story. Nor did they fight amongst themselves. They were brothers. So these were just metaphors that Baba used, then that we and others kept rewriting, and thereby corrupted everybody's mind who was following the path of devotion. They were brothers. However, there was a war between kings. The war took place between the Kauravas and the Yavanas. How could brothers destroy one another? Kauravas are the body conscious, impure souls, which is what we became. And the Yavanas are the Muslims. How could brothers destroy one another? They have portrayed the Pandavas and Kauravas fighting a war, and only Pandavas and a dog surviving. They then melted away on the mountains. Therefore, the play was over. There was no purpose of Raj Yoga. You children now know that the Father comes every cycle and establishes the one religion. They call out, O purifier, Baba, come. Come and make us pure from impure. In the Golden Age, there's just the Sun Dynasty kingdom. The land of Vishnu is now being established through Brahma. Now that the Father has come, follow his directions. That's the whole purpose why he came, to share his directions. You're supposed to follow them. The mane is pure as a lotus. Kumaris would not be told to live at home like a lotus. They're pure already. This is said to householders. Kumars and Kumaris should not even get married. Otherwise, they too would become householders. There is some mention of a pure marriage. Those who are celibate from birth are very well known. Once you get married, you then become a half partner. Kumars are told to remain pure. So that's the eternal dilemma of you, those of you who live in the household, the pull between impurity, which is in your face every day, and the pull to God. Right? And why do you have to go through that? because that is what you allowed to pull you away from God in the copper and iron ages. Those who live at home with their families are told to become like a lotus. They are the ones who have to make effort. By not getting married, there won't be any bondage, which allows them to make way better effort. A Kumari has to study and become very strong in this knowledge. Young Kumaris who are still dependent cannot be accepted here. They can stay at home and study, but they can't surrender to the yajna. Creates too much headache. If the parents are in knowledge, then they can bring with them the children who are dependent on them. This is a school, a home, and also the company of the truth, satsang. The truth means the one Father to whom it is said, O resident of the faraway land. Souls become beautiful. The Father says, I, the traveler, am always beautiful, always pure. I remain in my purity. I come and make all souls pure and beautiful. There is no other traveler like that. The Father explains, I come into this kingdom of Ravan. Even this body belongs to someone else. You souls say, this is my body. Baba says, this is not my body. It's so simple, right? It's this one's body. Just that. Who can speak like that? Who's detached enough to say, oh, this is not my body. I don't have a body. This impure body is not mine. He comes at the end of the last of his many births. The number one pure soul then becomes the last number. That is, by the end, he becomes vicious. At first, the number one soul was 16 celestial degrees full. Now no degrees remain, semicolon. All are impure. Therefore, the Father is the traveler from the faraway land. You souls, too, are travelers. You come here to play your parts. No one knows this world cycle. No matter how many scriptures someone may have studied, no one can give this knowledge. The Father explains, I enter this body and give this knowledge to you souls. Those human beings give knowledge of the scriptures to human beings. They are devotees. And yeah, sharing knowledge makes you a devotee from the scriptures. There's only the one bestower of salvation. He alone is the ocean of knowledge. Because of not knowing him, people have body consciousness. They don't explain that each of you should have the faith that you are a soul. Souls, obviously, if they have faith, souls study. None of them explains any of this because they have body consciousness. Only Shiv Baba can be called the traveler from the faraway land. You know that you have been around the cycle of 84 births. The Father says, children, I also explained to you 5,000 years ago that you do not even know your own births. I know them. The things that are mentioned in the Gita are like
pinch of salt.
Pinch of salt in a sack full of flour. This is the same episode of the Gita, the same Mahabharat war, the same knowledge of Manman above and Madhyaji above. Manman above is consider yourself a soul and remember Baba. Madhyaji above is remember the inheritance, remember Vishnu, the one in the middle, remember the pure kingdom of Golden Age. Constantly remember me alone. There truly was a war, and the Pandavas were the ones who were victorious. The rosary of victory of Vishnu has been remembered. In the scriptures, it is shown that the Pandavas melted away on the mountain. Nobody explains what that means in bhakti and devotion. So how was the rosary then created? Basically, there was a war that killed everybody. The last surviving were the Pandavas in this story. You now understand that you've come here to become the rosary of Vishnu. At the top is the purifier Father. There has to be his memorial. Memorials are remembered on the path of devotion. The rosaries of 8, of 108, of 16,108 have been created on the path of devotion. It is remembered that there is benefit for everyone due to the stage of ascending. The confluence stage, where the only time when you ascend in the cycle. You now know that it is your stage of ascending. You will go to the land of happiness. Your intellects have all of this knowledge of how you come down the ladder and take 84 births. This knowledge should not be forgotten, but of course, we will forget it. The Father has come to remove all our sorrow. to remove the curse and to give us our inheritance of happiness. Sorrow is a curse. We cursed ourselves when we became body conscious. Everyone is experiencing sorrow due to the curse of Ravan. Therefore, now remember the Father and the inheritance. You know that we who belong to the Sun Dynasty ruled in Bharat. Shiv Baba only comes in Bharat. Remember and again and again with your intellects that only Bharat was heaven in the first half of the cycle. Only the land of Bharat. All the other lands were underwater, except for a few islands. Shiv Baba only comes in Bharat. Remember again and again with your intellects that only Bharat was heaven. Those who haven't been around the cycle of 84 will neither be able to imbibe this nor inspire others to imbibe it. You can understand that they haven't taken 84 births and that they came later, not in heaven. Generally, people live in their own new house first, and then they rent it out later. Therefore, it then becomes second-hand. The Golden Age is the New World, and the Silver Age is second-hand. It now enters your intellects that you will go to that new world of heaven. Make effort. Subjects will continue to be created. You will come to know who will be threaded in the rosary. If someone were told directly that he would not become a part of it, he would have heart failure. This is why you are told to make effort. Each of you should check yourselves to see that your intellect yoga is not wandering. How much love do you continue to have for Shiv Baba? You say that you are going to Bap Dada and you are going to Shiv Baba to claim your inheritance through Dada. You should go to such a father many times. However, you also have to look after your households. Some are very wealthy, but they don't have time. They don't have
love.
They'd make time if they had this. They
Faith?
don't have full faith. Otherwise, they would come every 1 or 2 months to be refreshed to Madhuban. There would repeatedly be that pull. When a needle is covered with rust, a magnet is not able to attract it. Those who have accurate yoga will be pulled very quickly and will come running. The more that the rust is removed, the greater the pull there will be to come and meet.
Magnet.
The greater the pull there will be to come and meet the magnet, capital M. There is a song that says, no matter what you do, even if you beat me, I will never leave your doorstep. You know, very few Brahmins have that much faith. I'll take a beating, but I'll never leave God. However, that stage will be at the end. There will be that stage when all your rust has been removed. The Father says, O souls, although you may live at home, become man above. Isn't that you have to come running here and settle down here? You souls have to come to the ocean to be refreshed and then go on service. Only when your bondages are finished can you go on service. Parents have to look after their children, stay in remembrance of the Father, and become pure. The Father has explained, there are many types of obstacles in this sacrificial fire of knowledge. Some ask, if God is the all-powerful one, why are there obstacles? They don't understand that Ravan is even stronger than God, right? At the end of Iron Age, Ravan is at his highest, right? Most degraded time. God is just brand new, so tiny. So few know about Baba. So Ravan's kingdom is most powerful at the end. His kingdom is being snatched away. Ravan's kingdom is being snatched away. And so there are many types of obstacles. According to the drama plan, there will be obstacles once again. From the beginning, there have been obstacles created by those who are impure. It is written in the scriptures that Sri Krishna had 16,108 queens, that he was bitten by a snake, that Ram and Sita was abducted in all these devotional stories. How could Ravan have ever entered heaven? There are so many lies told. People ask how children could be born without vice. They don't know that only those who are to claim the inheritance will come and understand this. Therefore, there will be obstacles created by devils in this sacrificial fire of knowledge. Those who are impure are called devils. This is why you have to become pure. You can say, I want to go to heaven, but I don't want to become pure. This is Robin's community. You are now at the confident stage. Although you have moved away from Robin's kingdom, there's still some trace of it. Your intellects have the knowledge that you are now going home, even though you're sitting here. Your intellects have the knowledge that you are sitting here, but there is disinterest in this dirty world, which is to become a graveyard. Everything is explained to you with different points. In fact, there's just the one point of Manman above. Many write letters saying, Baba, I'm in bondage. There isn't just one Draupadi, Baba says. There are thousands of Draupadis, those who were in bondage. You are now being transferred from this impure world to that pure world. Those who became flowers in the previous cycle will emerge. The Garden of Allah is being established here. Some are such beautiful flowers that you feel comfort just seeing them. The very name is the King of Flowers. Just seeing them and your mind is soothed. It makes you happy and cheerful to see the beauty of their virtues, their love for Baba. Some are such beautiful flowers you feel comfort just seeing them. The very name is King Flower. Even if they are kept for 5 days, they will still remain in full bloom and continue to spread their fragrance. Here too, those who remember the Father and also remind others continue to spread their fragrance. They remain constantly happy. The Father is pleased to see such sweet, sweet children. Baba performs a very good dance of this knowledge in front of such children. Acha, his sweetest beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, Baptara. The spiritual father says namaste to you spiritual children. And
The spiritual children say namaste to the spiritual father.
good. Essence for Dharna. Number 1, become strong in this knowledge and yoga. Why dedicate your life to studying knowledge and yoga to become weak? If you don't have any bondage, then don't knowingly tie yourself in any. It's just sensible, right? Remain celibate from birth. You won't be tied in bondage to children, to husbands. 2, it's now your stage of ascending. Baba has come to remove all your sorrow, to remove Ravan's curse, and give you your inheritance. Even that, once you become a husband and a wife and get married, you're also in bondage to your parents, his parents, your parents, whichever, right? Because they all want you to have kiddies so that they can have grandkids. It's all bondage. Remember the Father and the inheritance and stay in infinite happiness. And that desire and blind faith in that impure path completely denies the reality of their own experience of being married and in bondage. Check that your intellectual yoga is not wandering elsewhere. That comes up in class, and I tell them immediately. So, how many people do you know who are happy and they're married? Do you know any? Really? Nobody so far has told me, yeah, I know some. Blessing. May you be a spiritual servant and achieve success in the service you do with the powers to, 2 powers. See if you can figure them out. May you be a spiritual servant and achieve success in the service you do with the powers. That's one.
To face.
To face. Spiritual servers cannot think of anything except doing service. They do not take a rest for even a second in their thoughts, words, or actions, right? Going to work is just hobby. You go to work for your hobby, right? So that you can earn money to create your fortune in your Brahmin life. They do not take a rest for even a second in the thoughts, words, or actions, and this is why they are the best. In order to achieve success in the service you do, they constantly remember the slogan, to accommodate and to face is our goal. They accommodate their old sanskars, right? You don't accommodate others, you accommodate your old sanskars and face Maya, not the divine family. You don't accommodate the divine family and you don't accommodate, face the divine family sanskars. They're just there to make you face yours. Such children, as well as being knowledgeful, are also powerful, and therefore they are said to be spiritual servers. Slogan: do not make small things big. Instead, make the atmosphere
Light. Powerful.
powerful. Om Shanti. Avyat signal: constantly cheerful, easy-natured, and tolerant. People of the world are sitting on a pyre of hopelessness whilst alive. Make such souls die alive. Make them die alive. And give them the donation of new life. With your cheerful and happy face, teach them how to live a human life. On seeing you, let them receive courage, zeal, and enthusiasm. So they should see happiness, peace, contentment, right? Detachment, loving. They should see all of that. And then they'll understand that your life is a great life. On seeing you, let them receive courage, zeal, and enthusiasm. For this, make your nature easy and be constantly stable in a double light stage on the seat of the lotus stage.